When I met Thomas, I thought I'd finally found one of the good ones. He was charming in that soft, reassuring way. Educated, smart, handsome without trying too hard. The kind of man who held doors open and remembered small details. After 7 weeks of dating, he invited me to spend a long weekend at his father's country house in a small French town to celebrate his 29th birthday. He said it casually, like it wasn't a big deal. But to me, it felt like a milestone. Meeting his friends, meeting his father, stepping into his real world. I was excited, nervous, hopeful. Day 1. Green flags everywhere. Friday was perfect. The house was beautiful. Old stone walls, quiet countryside, warm air that smelled like summer and cut grass. His father was everything I hoped he'd be. Kind, intelligent, thoughtful. We talked for hours. Politics, books, life. I remember thinking, if Thomas came from this man, I must be safe. That night, I went to bed smiling. Day 2. The mask slips. Saturday started just as well. Sunshine, laughter, wine glasses clinking in the garden. Neighbors stopped by. Old friends showed up. As the night deepened, people drifted toward a small campfire. Someone suggested sharing childhood stories. At first, it was harmless. Bad haircuts, stupid teenage mistakes. The kind of nostalgia you laugh about and move on from. Then Thomas laughed. Not a small chuckle, a proud, confident laugh. And he said, "Oh yeah, remember Arthur?" I felt the shift immediately. The story that changed everything Arthur. A shy boy, quiet, isolated, an easy target. Thomas, Alex, and Bart were 14 or 15 when they decided to make him their entertainment. For 6 months, they mocked him, insulted him, humiliated him daily. But that wasn't enough. They created a fake girl online, back when MSN Messenger was everything. They used photos of Bart's real cousin, and they became her. They flirted with Arthur, encouraged him, built trust, for months. Arthur thought someone finally saw him. He sent love messages, confessions, vulnerable thoughts. Behind his back, it was a joke. A cruel, coordinated joke shared by half the school. Then came the final act. They planned a meeting. Arthur traveled hours by bus, wearing a specific t-shirt, Elmer the Elephant. A private joke, just for them. No one showed up. He waited, alone. And the next day at school, they told everyone, read his messages aloud, laughed. Arthur disappeared soon after, changed schools, probably carried that trauma for life. No remorse, no shame, nothing. As the story ended, I waited. For silence, for discomfort, for regret. It never came. They were laughing, joking about how they could have been worse, how they weren't evil enough to trick him into sending explicit photos. My stomach turned. I couldn't hear the fire crackling anymore. All I heard was blood rushing in my ears. I looked at Thomas, really looked at him, and I didn't recognize him. The father's disappointment. That's when I noticed his father, standing just outside the circle, face pale, jaw tight, a man watching the illusion of his son collapse. Thomas was too drunk to notice. I wasn't. I left without saying a word. A sleepless night, I didn't sleep. I replayed his laughter over and over, the ease with which he told the story, the pride. At 4 a.m., I heard him crawl into bed. I pretended to be asleep, but inside, something had already snapped. The birthday plan. Change Sunday was his birthday. Originally, I'd planned a romantic surprise lunch, a beautiful moment, a memory. Instead, I packed my bags quietly and left for Paris. Then, I texted him, "Happy birthday, I have a surprise for you. Meet me here." I chose a random location, just to buy time. The setup, he woke up around 10 a.m., excited, obedient. At 12:30, he arrived. I told him there was a delay, then sent him somewhere else, a restaurant, 30 minutes away. When he arrived, I told him I was on my way. Order food and the most expensive bottle. You'll understand soon. At 1:30, the calls started. Missed call. Another. Text. Concern turning into panic. After 45 minutes, I replied, "So, how does it feel when someone plays with your feelings?" Then I went silent. He called all afternoon. At one point, Alex called from a different number, angry, accusing. "Thomas's birthday is ruined. What did you do?" I answered calmly. "This is nothing compared to what you did to Arthur. Tell Thomas to stop calling me." Click, blocked. I didn't scream. I didn't insult him. I made him wait. Confused, hopeful, alone, just like Arthur. And for the first time in his life, Thomas didn't get closure. People told me I was cruel, that it was just teenage behavior. But cruelty doesn't expire with age, and laughter without remorse tells you exactly who someone still is. I don't regret it. I just hope Arthur is okay. If this story made your chest tighten, if you believe some people deserve to be left waiting, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, was this justice or too far? More stories coming soon.